I am finally introducing, I shouldn't say introducing, reintroducing PEDIastrology. And just to kind of give people a brief history about me, I was actually raised Baptist, and I had always kind of been very intuitive or empathic, and I kind of knew that, but just didn't really pay much attention to that. But as I kind of started discovering more of these spiritual gifts that we don't even utilize a lot of times because we've kind of labeled them so taboo, I realized how much we're really missing out on. It was really when I started reading more into the Bible and understanding that the Persian priests that actually found Jesus were into manifestation and astrology, that sort of thing, and it kind of can really, set you back a little bit as you kind of process how much we're missing out on, because basically you have astrologers that do, predictive astrology. I wanted to kind of expand on therapeutic astrology, and what that basically means is a person being able to understand themselves at a core level, because there's different layers to who you are as a person. Astrology actually has that very defined in your birth chart, what they call a natal chart, which is basically your birth chart. And you take that, your birthday, your birth time, and you basically are able to see where the planets were positioned at your time of birth. Now, the cool thing about that is, I always say God or the higher power is a scientist. So really understanding how those planets being in certain positions affect each person is really cool. So I, being, myself being a mother of 5 boys, you kind of see, the individual personality traits of each child. That means, guess what? As a parent, you have to be able to kind of basically adjust to each child to be able to kind of raise them, because you can't use the same cookie cutter approach to each child. It doesn't work. And like, I'll use my 2 oldest boys as an example. I have my oldest has a Mercury in Virgo. Now, Mercury is the way a person thinks. So you basically have somebody with the Mercury in Virgo. Virgo is very analytical, very black and white. So when I communicate with him, I can be very direct and say, this is what I mean, and that's it. And he usually will get it. So his brother, the 13-year-old, little bit different. He has a Mercury in Pisces, ironically the complete opposite from his older brother with that Mercury in Virgo. So my 13-year-old, he's the more mystical, spiritual kind of thinker, more whimsical. So when you're talking to him about certain things, you have to use certain analogies to things he may understand, and it clicks for him. So and he's also both being also very intuitive. The 13-year-old is a little more, I would say, a little bit more intuitive on a more emotional level. So with him, I have to kind of watch him around certain people, because he's such a giver that he kind of loses sight of what he needs at times, because he'll have a tendency to give too much. And so I really am so fascinated by this whole thing, to where PEDIastrology just really was just a natural fit. My natural affinity with children and my love for astrology, hey, blend that together, here we are. So I look forward to really kind of growing this business. Basically, I offer charts, and offer, some kind of explanation for parents on how astrology, how each of their children are basically shown in each chart, and with their different personalities, and how to kind of communicate with them, or how they may react emotionally to certain things, so you can kind of get a better understanding. So anyway, PEDIastrology.com is the website. If you're looking at the video, more than likely you're on PEDIastrology.com. So just look for the links to order the chart for your children, and I look forward to serving you guys. Thank you.